Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our Plant of the Week podcast, brought to you by Bonide Products, family made in America. Visit Bonide.com to find a retailer near you. Each week, Plant Talk Radio's Fred Hauer focuses on a plant that would be a great addition to your landscape. Now for this week's Bonide Products Plant of the Week. Fred, your plants of the week.
Well, Mark, I've had an interesting week in terms of driving, and the plant of the week comes under the heading. I was slowing down from 48 miles an hour to look off to my left to see whether it was October Glory Maple, still in good color, or it was Sweet Gums. And the guy behind me took umbrage with that. So I never did identify for sure. If it was the October Glory maple, red maple, it was magnificent. However, I suspect, since there's a good bit of yellow and orange mixed in with it, that it was probably a sweet gum or a pair of sweet gums. Nice young trees, still well formed and so on. And their colors, if you're not familiar with the tree, are absolutely magnificent. Yellows, oranges, reds, burgundy, all on the same tree. Sometimes mixture even on a given leaf. And like the sugar maple did a couple weeks ago, it was just almost like a bonfire in this, near front yard and so on. So I have to give both of those trees a compliment. And then holding I think it's late this year, and absolutely overwhelming, is the burning bush. Euonymus elatus compacta. Now, I give you that whole name because if you want to change colors a little bit from what your neighbor might have, there are several that are called dwarf burning bush. Now, I'm not going to get into technicalities, but the ones that I have been seeing that are still pretty well foliated and truly dark red are the standard dwarf euonymus. There is its regular size plant that can run into almost small tree size, clear up to 12 feet or so. And then there are several offshoots from that plant that have been selected that are in the pink range of fall color and so on. So it's a matter of looking around. You don't have to repeat what else is in the neighborhood. You can give a little contrast and so on. But between the red maple that it might have been, the sweet gum that I think it probably was, and the burning bush, there's still lots of color out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And when you sit on my back deck, I have the sweet gum trees. The neighbor behind me has the pinkish burning bush.
Oh boy!
And then across the street in the park is the dark red burning bush, and some oak trees and some others. And my goodness, it has been a glorious week with the weather, just to sit outside against that brilliant blue sky and look at those leaves.
Now, I do have a question that you lead me to. If you're working 87 hours a week, how in the world do you get time to sit on your deck?
Oh, maybe an hour in the evening, especially this time. Hey, I make time when it's this nice.
Well, as you should, and I think everybody should. We work hard to keep things looking nice. Mother Nature does her share, etc. And as it goes, we do need time not to stop and smell the roses per se, but just kick back.
Thanks again for listening to our podcast, brought to you by Bonide Products at Bonide.com. Plant Talk Radio offers other podcasts as well, including our daily Your Gardening Question podcast and our weekly Plant Talk Radio, all available on iTunes or your preferred podcast player. If you have a plant suggestion for Fred, send him an email, fred@planttalkradio.com.